What if I told you a freelance writer went from barely scraping $2,000 a month to consistently earning over $10,000 in just 6 months? And it wouldn't be because of a viral post or a lucky break or even rich clients falling from the sky. It happened with just 3 AI tools and a completely different approach to the same work she was already doing. Her name is Sarah Chen, and the trick she discovered changed the game for her in 2024. This is exactly what she did, the tools she used, and why it worked when nothing else had. You probably already know that the freelance writing trap is real, because you're hustling for clients, churning out articles, blog posts, and web copy. You're working 50 to 60 hours a week, and somehow you're still stuck at that same income ceiling month after month. Sarah Chen was living this exact nightmare in early 2024. She had 7 years of freelance writing experience, a good portfolio, and solid clients all under her belt. But she hit a wall at around $2,000 per month. She'd dream in deadlines, her wrists aching from hours at the keyboard. Slowly, she was becoming a writer who had begun to hate the very act of writing. Sarah missed her nephew's birthday party because she had 3 articles due on a Monday. She remembers crying in her car before going inside with a fake smile. Her biggest problem wasn't that she couldn't find the words. It was that her fingers just couldn't keep up. And her income was directly tied to her typing speed and the number of hours she worked. That meant she was stuck in the classic trap of trading her time for money. Then in March 2024, everything changed. She started experimenting with AI tools. And no, it was not to replace her writing, but to speed up what she could already do. By September, 6 months later, she was consistently hitting $10,000 in monthly revenue. And she did it with the same clients, in the same niches, but this time she was earning 5 times as much. And if you were wondering how she did it, let me show you. Part 1. The breaking point. First, let's start with where Sarah was before AI entered the picture. She was writing roughly 15,000 words each month for different clients. The work included blog posts, website copy, and email sequences. Her average rate was about $0.13 per word. But as it was, her hourly rate was less than that of a barista at Starbucks. Do the math? 15,000 words at 13 cents per word comes out to $1,950 a month. Add in some editing work and the occasional rush fee, and on a good month, she might reach around $2,200. To earn more, she would have had to write 30,000 words a month. That's just insane, because no one can maintain that pace without burning out or letting quality suffer. She tried everything. She even hired a VA to handle admin, but nothing worked because the bottleneck was her fingers on the keyboard. Then a client mentioned they'd started using ChatGPT for research. Sarah was skeptical but desperate enough to try anything. Part 2. The first experiment. By March 2024, she hit her breaking point, buried under client deadlines and burnout. That's when she signed up for ChatGPT Plus for $20 a month. She didn't expect miracles. She just wanted to see if it could speed up her research process. Her typical workflow for a 1,500-word blog post looked like this. Research would take about 90 minutes, followed by 30 minutes to create an outline. Writing the first draft usually took around 2 hours, and editing added another 45 minutes. Altogether, the process took roughly 4 hours and 45 minutes. That means a single article took almost 5 hours. At her rates, that came to about $195 per article. Broken down by time, she was earning roughly $41 per hour. It wasn't an alarming rate, but it wasn't scalable. Here's what she tried first. She used ChatGPT just to speed up her research. Instead of spending 90 minutes on research, she had ChatGPT summarize key points, stats, and expert views. After that, research time dropped to just 20 minutes. But she didn't stop there. She started using it for outlining. She'd give ChatGPT her research summary and target keywords, and ask it to generate 3 outline options. The outlining time dropped from 30 minutes to 5 minutes. But the important reason why Sarah's story is different from everyone who tried it and failed is that she still wrote the actual content herself. She didn't use AI to write the article. She used AI to eliminate the time-consuming research and structure work, so she could focus purely on writing, which is what she was actually good at and what clients were paying her for. Her new workflow for the same 1,500-word article was much faster. The article's quality actually improved because she conducted more comprehensive research. But now it took 2 hours 45 minutes instead of 4 hours 45 minutes. That's a 42% reduction in time, which means she could now write almost twice as many articles in the same amount of working hours. Part 3. Scaling the system. By April 2024, 1 month into her AI experiment, Sarah's income jumped to $3,400. But she wasn't satisfied yet. She realized she'd only optimized part of her workflow. 2 other bottlenecks were the time spent editing and communicating with clients. In May, she added Jasper AI to her toolkit to create first drafts of social media content and email sequences for clients. These were low-stakes projects where AI-generated content, with her edits and brand voice adjustments, was perfectly acceptable. For social media packages, clients typically paid her $500 for 20 posts per month. Before, writing each post individually took about 15 minutes for a total of 5 hours. With Jasper, she'd input the brand voice guidelines, key messages, and content calendar topics. Jasper would generate all 20 posts in about 15 minutes. She'd then spend 2 hours refining, personalizing, and ensuring brand alignment. Saying $500 payment, but now she was earning the equivalent of $222 an hour, up from $100. The third tool she added was Grammarly Business. This might seem small, but it cut her editing time by about 40%. Instead of manually catching typos, awkward phrasing, and tone issues, Grammarly's AI flagged them instantly. 2 weeks into it, a client questioned whether the work was really hers. Sarah spent a sleepless night wondering if she'd somehow crossed an ethical line. The next morning, she created her AI-assisted, human-perfected policy. By June 2024, 3 months into her AI transformation, Sarah's monthly income had climbed to $6,200. She was working the same hours, but earning 3 times what she made in February. Part 4. The breakthrough moment. Here's where it gets exciting. Sarah realized something crucial. She wasn't just faster anymore, she had a huge advantage. Because she could deliver the same quality of work in half the time, she started saying yes to opportunities she would have previously turned down. In July, she pitched a major e-commerce client on a content package she never would have been able to handle before: 10 blog posts plus 40 product descriptions per month for $4,500. Pre-AI Sarah would have needed 80+ hours to deliver that. Post-AI Sarah could do it in 35 hours while maintaining quality. She landed the client. That single retainer was more than double her old monthly income, and she still had time for 3 other smaller clients. She crossed the $10,000 threshold. That was 5 times her starting income. Part 5. What made this work? Let's be clear about why Sarah's approach worked, even though so many freelancers struggle with AI. Now, the first mistake freelancers make is trying to use AI to write content in full, and clients can tell. So, if the quality drops, they lose clients, and then they blame AI. Instead, Sarah used AI to handle the boring tasks, from research and outlines to editing. She remained the writer. Her voice, her expertise, and her client relationships stayed intact. Mistake number 2 is that freelancers don't use the extra time to get more work. Sarah almost made that mistake too. After her first AI-boosted month, she took a week off to celebrate. Then she realized nothing would actually change unless she used that extra time to take on more work and pursue bigger opportunities. So this is what she did instead. Every hour AI saved her, she redirected it into client acquisition, pitched bigger projects, or took on additional work. She turned time savings into income multiplication. Mistake number 3. They keep their rates the same even though they deliver faster. But Sarah didn't do that. Once she proved she could deliver quality work on shorter timelines, she started charging rush fees and premium rates for fast turnarounds. Clients paid because she could solve urgent problems that competitors couldn't. Part 6. The tools breakdown. Now let's break down Sarah's exact AI stack and the cost of each tool. She uses ChatGPT Plus at $20 a month for research, idea generation, outlining, and brainstorming headlines, saving about 70 minutes per article. She also uses Jasper AI on the $49 per month creator plan. It helps her draft social media content, email sequences, and product descriptions, saving about 3 hours per social media package. On top of that, she also uses Grammarly Business for her editing. She pays $15 a month, and it helps clean up her writing, tweak the tone, and shave about 20 minutes off each long article. She spent $84 a month on tools, and 6 months later, that investment had brought in $10,000. That was nearly 120 times what she paid. 𝐁𝐞𝐥𝐲𝐬𝐢𝐚's story isn't about AI taking over writing. She didn't learn to code, switch industries, or rely on luck. She simply spotted the bottlenecks in her workflow and used AI to speed them up, handling research, outlining, editing, and drafting for lower stakes projects. The result was 5 times the income doing work she already knew. Looking back, Sarah would tell her pre-AI self that it was okay to lean on tools and still be a real writer. The work is still hers, she still has to do it carefully, but AI can take away the friction and make it possible to get more done. For freelancers, content creators, or anyone trading time for money, the question isn't if AI will replace you. It's whether you'll use it to boost what you already do or sit back and watch others get ahead. In the next video, we'll show how a small marketing agency used AI to grow from 5 clients to 23 without hiring a single new employee. You won't want to miss it.